Hello, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Just making sure. Okay, yeah, you guys can hear me. That's great. Hopefully, you guys are having a great week. Um, Apologies, I could not come today. Today will be a smaller stream because I just have a lot from work side going on. Honestly, I don't know what to say. I have a lot from the work side going on. So today will be a short stream, but we'll cover stuff because today we are mostly focusing on one second, make it big here. We are focusing on the pre-security part. So this is a great opportunity for whoever has not done much, right? Doesn't know about security or even technology much. This will be a great way to get started. This will be a great way to get started as we are going to cover just basics today. And if you have any questions, I can explain to you. And this will be a great way to build a big foundation for our penetration tester 1 certificate. And I'll just share. Hopefully, you guys can see my screen here, right? Let me just reset the progress for this room. So individually, I think I have to go. But in today, what we'll be covering pre-security. This learning path will teach you the prerequisite technical knowledge to get started in the cybersecurity. To attack or defend any technology, you have to first learn how this technology works. It's basically to kind of like to understand, right, how to drive a car, right? Or if you want to drive a car, you need to understand certain basics of it, right? What is gear, brake, escalator, clutch, horn, signals, stuff like that, right? Simple things like that. So that's why this is a pre-security. It will give you a simple knowledge of things that are necessary for for your security foundation. If you want to hack, you need to understand, okay, what is going to happen, right? So this will be a great path for anyone with zero knowledge. You can start. Today is the day. The pre-security learning path is a beginner-friendly, fun way to learn the basics. Your cybersecurity learning journey starts here. And it does. I have covered some parts of it. I did study it on my own, as you can see, just to make sure I'm able to give you guys the right stuff. So today we will talk about introduction to security, right? What are the careers? And we'll even in the career path, right? There is a one section where we can have an interactive session. So it will be great for even you guys to give me the inputs and we can work towards a proper career path for you in cybersecurity or tech or just a passion of cybersecurity. And if given time, we will also talk a little bit about the networking fundamentals and specifically what is networking. I don't want to overwhelm you today. Tomorrow we will cover some heavy stuff, which is introduction to LAN area network, basically your Wi-Fi, what it is, how things work, and stuff like that, and then yada yada yada, right? So hopefully you guys are ready. Let's get started with offensive security. I'll just reset the progress. Offensive security introduction. Hack your first website legally in a safe environment. Experience and Mozra, good morning, buddy. Oh, Krish, hey buddy, how you doing? Experience an ethical hacker's job. Krish, why you came from a different one, bro? As he said, I know which one do you use, so that's some. Good morning to you though. Hope you are having a good day. So, and hope you are ready to actually some comments I got on the videos which were about they want to learn what is shell and what is whatever I'm doing. So I thought this will be a great way for everyone to get started from day 0. And the best part about this specific one, let me just share the link as well for this path. Pre-security path. I'll just share the link to this introduction offensive security. The reason I want to share this link, big one being that it will be very helpful to you guys once you get it. Once you get started. I'm just going to pop this out so it's easy for you. Oh, subcon Prasan, thanks man. Thank you, brother. Means a lot. You guys doing so much for me. Means a lot. You have no idea how much this dream of doing cybersecurity and educating people for free means to me. Because in India, I have seen like people do not treat you properly. If you in not India, but like everywhere in the world, people don't treat you when you don't have money. And I want to create free education for real. So thank you. This is big for me. Thank you. So hopefully you got the link, and I would prefer if you guys can go and have an account on TryHackMe by today and hack this website I'm going to show you. So let's start with task 1. What is offensive security? You guys are ready, right? Ready, set, and go. Give me a thumbs up for that. And it will be good because today I have certain meetings already lined up for work, so you won't get bombarded with a lot of knowledge. So with that being said, let's get into to outsmart. Oh, I want to make sure. Sorry, I just want to make sure I can see the chat on the side. Ready? Nice. Awesome. So to outsmart a hacker, a non-ethical hacker, you need to think like one. You know, when let's say you're a cop, you need to think like a thief to catch a thief, right? Like Doom, almost, the movie. So this is the core of offensive security. It involves breaking into computer systems, exploiting software bugs, and finding loopholes in application to gain unauthorized access. For example, let's say as a kid, you should not be allowed to like go into your parents' room or check their mobile phone in certain folders. It's like banking system, right? You don't want to touch their bank account. Now, as a hacker, you have to think, okay, how can I get the keys of my parents' room? How I can access the certain applications on their phone just to check and tell your parents, okay, these are the loopholes, right? Or yeah, like those basic general. The goal is to understand hackers' tactics and enhance your system defense, right? For to be even if I put it in simple words, you all live in a house, right? Hopefully, you all live in a house. You are blessed with a roof over your top. Now, there are so many windows. There are so many doors in your house. You need to protect from a thief, right? So what do? You think from a thief for a sector. Okay, what I will do? Close all the doors. Make sure they are locked. Check all the windows. They are locked. Then it's always a level higher. How high of security you are ready to go for. You can put like basically certain boogie traps, like we see Home Alone, to save yourself from thieves. So that's the kind of things as an ethical hacker you have to do. Put boogie traps, which are called honeypots, if you want to search. Really cool technology. Really cool technology. Basically, this is like if you are in Home Alone, you are Kevin. This is your boogie traps to catch the thieves. Beginning your learning journey. In this TryHackMe room, you will be guided through hacking your first website in a legal and safe environment. The goal is to show you how an ethical hacker operates. But before we do that, let's review by answering the question below. Type your answer in the text box after the question and click submit button. When you're done, proceed to task 2. Okay? And I would love to hear the answers from you so as to make sure you guys are able to understand what I'm saying. So please, if you can, do that. Which of the following options better understand the process where you simulate a hacker's actions to find vulnerabilities in a system? Offensive security or defensive security? I would love to hear the answers if you guys can. And remember, offensive security is like finding problems in a system. Defensive security is, for example, if you have a house, you have to protect your house. Offensive, yeah, you got it, bro. Offensive security, to again put in layman language, right? Offensive security is think like a thief for your house, like how they will get in. Defensive security, as a homeowner or as a security guard, think how to protect your house, right? So those are two different ways. Thinking, it's all about thinking. Thanks, Krish. Now, let's go into hacking your first machine. Here at TryHackMe, we use virtual machines to create simulated environments that serve as a practical complements to rooms. So basically, let's say if you are playing cricket or basketball or any football, right? You have practice match, right? You have warm up matches. That's a similar thing we are doing here, because with virtual machines, we are going to create a simulation of a real world example. In this room, we have prepared a fake bank application called Fake Bank that you can safely hack. To start this machine, click on the green start machine button, right? Your screen would split halfway, showing this content on the left and newly launched website on the right. If you hide it later, you can always click on show split button at the top to display again. You should see a browser window showing the website below. So you see the machine is coming, right? But let's say if I'll hide myself for a second because I think it'll be easy for you guys to see, right? So in this, you guys can see the full screen right now. Hopefully, yeah, I'm hidden, right? So basically in this, if you, let's say, clicked on this one, I have to remove the chat as well. It's not chat, sorry, captions. Sorry, I didn't realize these changes will be happening, but it will be simple. I will add these things back again. But let's say if you are here at this machine, your machine started, allow the clipboard because you want to copy paste things. You accidentally clicked on the exit split view like this. You can just go on top and show the show split view and you will get that view back. What I like to do is click on this hack face fake bank version 2.2. Click on here. You see this big button, view full screen. I like to do that. I like to click on this and it opens in a new window. That helps me because I can show a better view. Things are bigger, and as viewers, you can see things better, right? And then I close it. So, and then I'll just keep myself hidden for now, and we'll start the captions again. Cool. So hopefully you understood that part. Your screen should be split in half, showing this content, blah, blah, blah. We read this. So this is the website, fakebank.thm, shows the websites, a banking website with like, I think credit cards and the account and the balance, right? Here we see the fake bank, right? It looks like you haven't started, blah, blah, blah. No, cancel it. Safe and secure internet banking, products and services, G. Benjamin. Gaurav Benjamin, my name. Oh no, that's Mrs. Never mind. Never mind. That's not my name. Account, all these things, transactions, and blah, 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 right? Now let's see. If you don't see the above show split value, just go up, which I showed you. Your first hack. We will use a command line application called GoBuster to brute force fake bank's website to find hidden directories and pages. GoBuster will take a list of potential page and directory names and try accessing a website for each of them. If the page exists, it will tell you. What that means, let me explain to you through some quick diagram, right? In basically website, like don't even think about website, I will say, think about directory, right? In your folders or your computer, there is a C drive, right? In the C drive, you have multiple more drives or folders. Basically, you have application folder. You have, let's say, packages or programs, right? Like a lot of you probably have in Windows. Another one you have is like, let's say, users. And even in users, what you see inside user, there will be, let's say, my name, Gaurav, right? My name is also there, and that is itself a folder. If I put it like this, and that has desktop, which you all have seen, desktop, and desktop has all the other folders, right? Hopefully you guys, I'm just doing it so you understand it in a real world scenario. And this will have hundreds of files or take some files or lots of files, right? Like some will be images, Some will be, let's say, Word documents. Some will be just music, MP3, right? All these. Websites work in a similar fashion because, for example, if you go on facebook.com, for that I will say fb.com. On this, you have the home page, which is like slash, and I can show you same ideology because if I'm on home directory, let's say if I'm on desktop and TryHackMe, I go here, you see there is backslashes here. Same idea, but in case of websites is forward slash. So you will have either the home directory, which is like, let's say, the users directory or C drive itself. Then there will be profile. Then there will be, let's say, posts by a person or reels, stuff like that, right? And yada yada yada. All those also have their multiple. What we are doing with GoBuster, we don't know all the pages this banking website have, right? We don't know this banking app website, all those. So with this software, we are going to find all those by an approach called brute force, in which we have thousands of words. We are going to try and see which one are available. Okay, so that's what they are saying. Read through again. Brute force fake bank's website to find hidden directories and pages. We don't know which are there, just like we don't know which files or images are there on the desktop, but we are going to find it this way. Directory names and trying to access the website right through those. So open a terminal, step 1. A terminal, also known as a command line, allows us to interact with computer without using a graphical user interface. So what you see here, like this browser, basically like you see this browser and I'm able to use mouse to interact with it, right? Same with this whole Windows. That's a graphical user interface. I can use command line, just commands, to access the whole thing. And that's what they are saying. And that's what, as a hacker, you need to be comfortable with looking at black and white screens or even black and green. So without using that, right, without using the graphical user interface, GUI. On the machine, open the terminal by clicking on the terminal icon on the right of the screen. So you see this here. I have this terminal on the right. Need to click this. It opens a terminal. Now it is on the desktop. Let me increase the size. You see it's on desktop. And if I do a command like ls, which is about list, I see 3 things on the desktop. And if I close this guy, other than terminal, because that's a shortcut, I see, oh wait, is this desktop? Yeah, this will be desktop. I have word list. I have fakebank.desktop. Made terminal, I don't know what that is. Maybe this is the terminal one and Ubuntu's home is just not shown. Let's say if I do this. Yeah. So you guys can see, right, all the things that are there on the desktop. Now let's go back what they are saying. Step 2, use GoBuster to find hidden web pages. Most companies have an admin portal page, giving their staff access to basic admin controls for day-to-day operation. For a bank, an employee might need to transfer money from the client accounts, right? So basically, let's say if you go to a bank, you want to transfer money from your account to, let's say, the loan or the mortgage you have. Those type of things. As an employee of the bank, you should be able to do it to the customers. Due to human error or negligence, there may be instances when these pages are not made private, allowing attackers to find hidden pages that show or give access to admin controls or sensitive data. So let's say you have your exams. All that information is on the website, but you need a password and your, let's say, admission number to see. Sometimes misconfiguration happens and all the data is technically online if you look at the right place. And that's what we are hoping, that in this bank website, somebody didn't properly configure it and we will be able to access the data. To begin, type the following command in the terminal to find potential hidden pages on fake bank's website using GoBuster, a command line security application. So we have GoBuster -u HTTP. So first we tell the URL with -u and the word list we want to, because if we have this banking website. We want to give it like certain amount of words, like with brute force, right? So I want to give it admin. I will give it, let's say, user. I will give it the name, let's say, private or accounts, whatever. So we are going to create a list of it and put it in a text file to use it. And dir is to tell, okay, directories. There are subdomains because, like, for example, if you go to shop.tryhackme.com, the shop is a subdomain. Directory is like this: room offensive security introduction. Right? Even on my thing, you will see a easiest way to show you. Let's say if you're on YouTube or anywhere, this is YouTube's homepage, right? If I go to this guy, you see at direct diary of a CEO. What if I go to my censored hacker? I don't even have to go through search it. Just type it here. I got mine. Easy. That's how the whole thing we are going to do. Find those pages. So now let's do that. We'll go with GoBuster. We have our word list here on the same directory. So we are good. We don't have to change it. HTTP and whatever is the URL here. Is it www given or just HTTP? Okay, just HTTP. fakebank.thm dash, and we are going word list. So W. We are going to say give the name, which is here, wordlist.txt. And then I want to do directory, right? If I don't give it, it goes to, it has a mode, a default mode of directory, where if you have to give, let's say, subdomain and stuff, then you have to mention it. So as you can see here, let me make it bigger. I know somebody mentioned like it's hard to see. So one second, lads. Here. So you guys can see it started the GoBuster, right? Mode is directory, URL is this, threads don't have to know, word list is this, status don't have to know right now, timeout you don't have to know. So it found two things, images and bank transfer, and it finished. So let's do that. TryHackMe, and we are going directly. So let's go with images first. Images 404 not found, our product services. So there is some error here. That's not what we're looking for. What we're looking for, maybe bank transfers. That was the one, right? Bank transfer, not transfers. Let's say I'll go here. Bank dash transfer. So I found a directory which was not on Google anywhere, just by doing this hack, and I found the staff account in which I'm able to transfer money between different accounts, right? Send from, to, and the amount I want to send. Does that make sense what I explained to you? Hopefully it did. Let me know if I have to explain something again. But let's look at this, what they are saying, and then let's see what we have to do. In the command above, dash u, the one here, dash u, the URL, is used to state the website, basically the URL of the website we are scanning. Dash w takes a list of words to iterate through the find hidden pages. I can share my face now. Okay. You will see that GoBuster scans the website with each word in the list, finding pages that exist on the site. GoBuster will have told you the pages, the list of page or directory names indicated with 200. Status 200 means you are able to access it. There is no password needed to go there or stuff like that. But I want to show you 301 as well. Is sometimes you can find something important there. So it's always good. Whatever it is there, do go. You don't know what you can find. Irrespective of the status, just go there. Build that as a habit. Now we see 200 bank transfer. Step 3, hack the bank. You should have found a secret bank transfer page that allows us to transfer money between accounts, bank transfer. Type the hidden page into the fake bank website using the browser's address bar, which we did. Hopefully you guys are able to follow this, right? Keep giving me a thumbs up. Helps me to understand you guys are able to understand. From this page, an attacker has authorized access and can steal money from any bank account. As an ethical hacker, you should, or you would, with permission, find vulnerabilities in their application and report them back to the bank to fix them before a hacker exploits them. Two things important here with permission, which I will show you later. Because if you are starting, don't have to worry about thinking those. But just don't go on every website and start doing GoBuster. That's all I will say. Your mission is to transfer $2,000 from bank 2276 to your account, bank 8881. If your transfer was successful, you should now be able to see your new balance reflected on your account page. Go there now and confirm you got the money. You may need to hit refresh for the pages to appear. So, 3 things to remember: $2,000, 2276 881. So send from 2276. Bank account, my bank account is 8881. $2,000. I can do 20,000, doesn't matter. Let's say if we do 20,000. Let's be rich. So you see, success. Transfer completed. You have successfully transferred the money. Here are the details of the reference. Transfer number, like there is a transaction number, amount, USD, date transfer. Only if life was that easy, lads. So you see, earlier it was 1,200 something in debt. Now I have 18,000, and you can see, congratulations, you hacked the bank. The answer to the TryHackMe question is bank hacked. So let's copy this. Above your bank account balance, you should now see a message indicating the answer to this question. Can you find the answer you need? Let's do that. Let's submit and see. Now, as a person like me, what I do usually, I just still will go back on this website as a hacker just to see what was the minimum amount balance that is required, because that's where learning is, right? Not just like what TryHackMe want us to do, but what we want to do as well. So I will see, okay, I want to go at this place. Why did not show earlier and why it's showing now? Congratulations, blah, da, da, da. Example row. Okay. So there must be JavaScript somewhere. I want to see in source, where is source? Debugger. Okay. In the debugger, we have this JavaScript folder, right? Script.js. And I know one thing from here. Remember this. If I go back, I know the name of this, that should winning message. So let's see if I can find something here. With quick Control F, winning message. I see this function, show winning message. It comes. So there is show a bank balance, right? If balance less than 0, do this. Else, show winning message. So if my bank balance was even just above $0, right? If it was just in positive, I would have got the message. And let's try that. So we have this. Let's go back to bank transfer. I'll go here, bank transfer. So now I had 2276, 881. 2276. My amount, let's say I do 19,000, where I know my balance is 18,000 something. Let's do this, send money. Send from, okay, it does not exist. It was able to send it to there. Okay, so I do 2276. Now I'll play with my brain. 881. Instead of doing this, I will transfer negative number. Let's see if that works. If not, we'll just leave it. Cannot be negative. Okay. Well, we got the idea though. I think I don't want to spend much time on this. But hopefully you guys got the idea of what as a hacker I will do. I will still go back and see things. Careers in cybersecurity. Task 3. How can I start learning? People often wonder how others become hackers or security consultants or defenders, security analysts fighting cybercrime. And the answer is simple. Break it down, learn an area of cybersecurity you are interested in, and regularly practice using hands-on exercises. Build a habit of learning a little bit each day on TryHackMe, and you will acquire the knowledge to get your first job in the industry, which is big. Like, biggest thing in my life, I have realized just simple consistency, whether you want to be good at stock market, money management, hacking, coding, little bit every day which you are interested in, just keep doing that and you will be successful. Like just within 6 months, every day, Monday to Friday, just give that and you will see the difference. Even 1 hour, that's more than enough. Trust us, you can do it. Take a look at some people who have used TryHackMe to get their first security job. We have Paul as from construction worker to security engineer. Cassandra from music teacher to security professional. Brandon used TryHackMe while in school to get his first job in cybersecurity. What careers are there? The cyber career room goes into more depth about the different careers in cyber. However, here's a short description of a few offensive security roles. This is the one you probably know, and this is the most famous one. Penetration tester, responsible for testing technology products for finding exploitable security vulnerabilities. So basically hacking into other people's system and finding problems in them. Red teamer plays the role of adversary, basically the bad hackers, attacking an organization and providing feedback from an enemy's perspective. So as a hacker, if I want to attack, let's say TryHackMe, Microsoft, I will be hired by them, I will attack them and tell Microsoft, okay, these are the issues with you. Security engineer, design, monitor and maintain security controls, networks and systems to prevent from cyber attacks. Security engineer is more like a blue or a defense role, because let's say, for example, you are in army, right? Two things happen in army, because you are like protecting your system is like protecting your country, protecting your house. You cannot just keep attacking other people. You need to have a proper defense with, like, let's say radar system, your fighter jets. So if anybody comes into your territory, you can take care of them. And that's what security engineer is. Hopefully that makes sense. So we completed this row. That's nice. Come on. Were you able to understand the basics of what I did with the blue, with this room? Hopefully. And all this is done, right? We can terminate this one. Now let's go back to our pre-security path. In the pre-security path, we have now defensive security introduction. I'll reset this progress as well. Now defensive security, as I was saying, it's not about who has the best nuclear weapon, but it's all about protecting your nuclear weapon from others so it doesn't detonate, right? So introduction to defensive security and related topics such as threat intelligence, which is very big. SOC, this can help you get your first cybersecurity job. DFIR, digital forensic and investigation reporter, a big contractor. These type of people have like I know one person who have like a 3-day, 7-day and a month suitcase ready all the time. So just in case if his client calls and say, oh, there is an attack happened, they have, like, based on the case, they might take a 3-day or 7-day suitcase and just go on a private jet. Malware analyst, a rather great job for newcomers. I was also part of, and I also got this job role at Fortnite, but I didn't go. I chose a different path. And SIEM system. So SIEM is security, incident and event management. So yeah, those are the big cybersecurity one, and majority of the people start in the blue one because that's a lot more hiring is done on the blue one than on the red. If I'm not wrong. Introduction to task 1, introduction to defensive security. In the previous room, we learned about offensive security, which aims to identify and exploit system vulnerabilities to enhance security measures. This includes exploiting software bugs, leveraging insecure setups, taking advantage of enforced excuse me. This includes exploiting software bugs, leveraging insecure setups, and taking advantages of unforced access control policies, among other strategies. Red teams and penetration testers specialize in these offensive techniques. In this room, we will examine its counterpart, defensive security. It is concerned with main two tasks: preventing intrusions from occurring, detecting intrusions and when they occur, and responding properly. One thing for basically, let's say if you have a server and hackers are trying to attack from various places, right? Various places in the world. Your job, first of all, is to protect it. Protect this server with like things like intrusion detection system, intrusion prevention system, right? And then also not just protect it. Let me close this guy. Not just protect it, but also respond properly. How you can respond is, let's say if there is a particular IP the attacks are coming from, so block that IP. If somebody is doing DNS poisoning, or somebody is doing like basically DDoS, a big one, right? If you know about a hacking group called Anonymous, this was their prominent one. DDoS make so many requests that the server crashes. But DDoS now can be protected by various like firewalls, web application firewalls and stuff. So protecting them and basically blocking the IP addresses where it's coming from and stuff like that. Blue teams are part of defensive security landscape. Some of the tasks that are related to defensive security include user security cybersecurity awareness. Training users about cybersecurity helps protect against attacks targeting their system. Basically, let's say if you are in a Ripley, yo, what's up, bro? Travis, is that you? How are you doing, my man? Hello, sir. No, don't call me sir, man. Ripley? How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, as I was saying, right? Yeah, I remember. See, I remember. I try really hard to remember who is who. So I remember. I'm working on my memory. I don't remember a bunch of things, but these things I remember because I take it too hard. You guys are supporting me. I remember every single person who messages me. I remember. I hope you are doing well. This is actually a good day you came because we are starting from level 0. So hope you enjoy this journey. So as we are talking about like the defensive side of hackers, right? Where we have to protect a system. So we talk one thing. This is a very interesting one. Training users about cybersecurity. I don't know if you guys have watched this movie on Netflix called Catch Me If You Can. Catch Me If You Can. This movie, right? By oh, okay, no problem, buddy. Thank you so much for joining, though. This means a lot, right? And I want to share this thing because you guys will relate to this very well. Catch Me If You Can. This guy, who is played by Leonardo DiCaprio, right? Frank Abagnale. It was a real life person. Frank Abagnale, right? And he talks about security. He trains people about security, and he has some keynotes at Google I/O, Google's biggest event. Talks at Google, right? So training them, okay, how this guy actually hacked based on using people's how to say, people's trust, building a trust, building a rapport with them, and hacking them, right? Getting the checks and stuff. So that's the game. That's so training your users so that when they are somebody's trying to get them to give them information and stuff like that. That's a big part of cybersecurity. It's very popular, very very popular. I have attended a bunch of them. Documenting and managing assets. We need to know the systems and devices we must manage and protect adequately. So think about this way. You have, let's say, think about, instead of servers, think about real estate. Let's say if you're a big guy, yeah, social engineering, yeah, that is the word. That is the word for human hacking, right? And even with this one, and this one again, I'm trying to think of this easy to understand system. Let's say you are a real estate investor. You have property in different cities or even in different countries. It's very important, irrespective of if we have one property, 100 property, or 1,000 property, you need to protect every single one of them, right? You need to protect every single one of them, and you need to keep an eye on every single one of them. If you're doing that with the property, why not also do it with your servers? And let's say if you have a home system, protect your like Google Home, right? Protect your phones from getting hacked by not clicking any suspicious links. Same with the laptops, computers, or even the baby monitoring devices. So many things are there, right? Make sure you get it from the right places, right? Even including your garage door. Have to say it out loud. Garage door, your camera, so many things. So you need to understand, make sure all the things that are connected to the internet, and keep an eye on like if they are being protected. You are using strong passwords for them. Updating and patching systems. Ensuring that the computer, servers, and network devices are correctly updated and patched against unknown vulnerabilities. Keep your computer updated, keep your software updated. It's important. It's very important. Just update it, especially your home systems. Update it. Majority of the hacks happen through that, including one of the biggest one recently hit. WannaCry created this hack, right? $4 billion virus, basically created damage of $4 billion. Could have been prevented if people just updated their system. Simple. Setting up preventive security devices like firewalls, intrusion detection system, those are like high level. So basically like setting up firewalls and firewall controls that allow network traffic that can go inside and what can leave the system or network. Intrusion prevention blocks any network traffic that matches present rules or attack signatures, right? Setting up logging and monitoring of the devices. This is again a high level one in which whatever is happening on your application you deployed or your system you have, right? Creating whatever is happening, all the requests coming from all the clients, monitoring them, making sure there is nobody trying to hack it with different or malicious input. There is a much more there is much more to defensive security. Aside from the above, we will also cover the following related topics: Security Operations Center. This a lot of people, if you are going into cybersecurity, focus on this. Threat intelligence, very big one as a security researcher, right? These are highly paid people, very high people, highly paid people. Again, very highly paid people. Malware analysis is a beautiful one as well. These are the people, when you see your antivirus getting updated, this is by those people, malware analysis. What team focuses on defensive security? So last word is team. I will give you this. What is the color they are asking? What is the color? If you see blue, it's all blue color means defense. So blue team. Red is attack, purple is both. Areas of defensive security. In this task, we will cover two main topics related to defensive security. Security Operations Center, where we cover threat intelligence. Digital forensic and incident response, where we also cover malware analysis. So SOC, Security Operations Center, used all the time. SOC is used the word you want to look for. A SOC is a team of cybersecurity professionals that monitors the network and its systems to detect malicious cyber. One simple reason simple one I can give to you: activity monitor. No. Control panel. Task manager. I'll show you something interesting, right? Here, let's say if you want to see how much CPU I'm using, memory I'm using, right? My Ethernet, my Wi-Fi, what's going on, right? Let's say if I'm playing a game, makes sense, things are going like disk is being used more, GPU is being used more. But if I'm not using any games or anything, I'm just like listening to just song or anything, nothing is there, and still the GPU is spiking, you know there is a virus in your system. That's how I found actually I got hacked a couple of times on my MacBook because I just wanted to look at dark web, honestly. Just wanted to look, didn't do anything wrong. And I got hacked. So I had to wipe out my whole computer. How I found out? Because my network traffic was super high. So just have a look in your own system. If you're on Mac, it will be activity. In this, it is task manager. So vulnerabilities. Some main areas of interest for SOC are vulnerabilities. Whenever a security vulnerability weakness is discovered, it is essential to fix it by installing a proper patch or update. When a fix is unavailable, the necessary measures should be taken to prevent an attacker from exploiting it. Majority of the time, if an attack is found, companies patch them within 90 days. Although remediating vulnerabilities is vital to a SOC, it is not necessarily assigned to them. Policy violations. A security policy is a set of rules required to protect the network and systems. For example, it might be a policy violation if a user uploads confidential company data to an online storage service. CIA got hacked because their director had an affair with some wrong person, and how they chatted by uploading the confidential information in the draft software of a common email they shared, and company's data was leaked. Interesting stuff, don't it? Unauthorized activity. Consider the case where a user's login name and password are stolen, and the attacker uses them to log in into a network. A SOC must detect and block such an event as soon as possible before further damage is done. Here I will show you how to do it. If just a way to see way for you to see how it is hacked, go to Have I Been Pawned, a very popular website. Their version 2.0 came recently. Just check out if your password, if your email is there. Let's say I don't want to use my current email. Let's say if I have a good, can anybody give me their email or any random email? Let's say if I did my, should I look at Mark? Does Microsoft and Apple actually do a good job patching? Yes, actually they do. They do. I will tell you a very interesting story. So there was this hack, WannaCry, I was talking about, right? What happened was, and they have to do a good job because so many softwares are there. Windows XP, if you guys remember, was discontinued in 2008 or like 10, right? 2010, something around that time it was discontinued. A hack was found. Basically, NSA was hacked, and they had a way to like hack into XP, Windows XP. They told US that, hey, we had a exploit and you should now it is in wild, so you should patch it. So Windows, and it was for Windows 7, Windows I think 8 and Windows XP, all of them had this exploit. So Windows XP specifically, after 10 years of no security patch, got its patch within 1 month. And there is also, if you actually notice, Patch Tuesdays. Patch Tuesday is basically Windows Patch Tuesday. Microsoft introduced Patch Tuesday in October 2008 to reduce the cost of distributing patches after the Blaster worm. Basically, every first, I think, or second second Tuesday of every month, you get a patch on your Microsoft system. Any vulnerability found, they do that. And since Satya Nadella came, they have done a really good job. Since 2014, they're doing a good job. And Apple is doing is great in this. Now I don't know, because Apple, with the recent things that are going with the European Union, UK, and all those things, they have to put their guards down a bit. But yeah, overall they both are doing good. Is a lot of companies use it, right? Like US government uses it, so they have to patch it very well. Linux, on the other hand, you have to do it yourself. And this is the website. Let's say if you want to know if your email or your passwords were ever in a breach, you can check here. This is the place to check. And I can, let's say, trump@gmail.com. Let's say if this is a website available. Trump@gmail.com was in 84 breaches. I'm not saying it belongs to Donald Trump, the president. Not doing that, but just saying this website was there. But if I create, let's say, a website today with name censoredhacker@gmail.com, assuming this website is not there, one data breach. Oh, never mind, it is there. So this is a website. This is the email. Let's say this one, 0 breaches found. So do look at your website, and it's a very, very good website. And the person is a very well-known developer in the whole world. So have a look at this website if you want to check if your system has been part of a hack or not. Okay, let's go back to unauthorized activity. Consider the case where, okay, user login password, right? If it was stolen, you can see and change your password. Network intrusions. No matter how good your security is, there is always a chance for an intrusion, right? No system is safe. An intrusion can occur when a user clicks on a malicious link and when an attacker exploits a public server. Either way, when an intrusion occurs, we must detect it as soon as possible to prevent further damage. Beautiful. Security operation covers various tasks to ensure protection. One such task is threat intelligence. Threat intelligence. In this context, intelligence refers to information you gather about, just like intelligence is artificial intelligence, that's the same meaning of intelligence here. Intelligence refers to information you gather about an actual or potential enemies. Actual and potential enemies. Run mine on porn. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh, did you found any breaches? That's nice. That's a very good website too, right? It will be interesting. Imagine you run a website and you're like, oh, found in 30 websites. No wonder my password keeps changing like I keep getting hacked. If you're using the same password, that's why. It's important to use different password for every website you go. A threat is an action that can disrupt or adversely affect a system. Threat intelligence collects information to help the company better prepare against potential adversaries. The purpose would be to achieve a threat-informed defense. Different companies have different adversaries. Some adversaries might seek to steal customer data from a mobile operator. However, other adversaries are interested in halting the production in a petroleum refinery. Examples adversaries include a nation-state cyber army. This is your CIA, NSA, Chinese hacker, Russian hacker, North Korean hackers, working for political reasons, and a ransom group acting for financial purposes. Ransom group and this can mix match. WannaCry was the example. Based on the company, we can expect adversaries, right? Based on which company you are, right? Sometimes companies, let's say for example, OpenAI was hacked according to Sam Altman, and DeepSeek used some of their intellectual property to create DeepSeek, the company of DeepSeek. Intelligence needs data. Data has been collected, processed, and analyzed. Has to be collected, processed, and analyzed. Data is collected from local sources such as network logs, public sources such as forms. When you do surveys, right, they are collecting data. Data processing arranges into a format suitable for analysis. Basically, a lot of data is coming from all over the world. They want to see which data is about hacking, which data is about like things that users are doing mostly, right? With Google pages and stuff, Google Analytics, that's where it is. The analysis phase seeks to find more information about the attackers and their motives. Moreover, it aims to create a list of recommendations and actionable steps. Learning about your adversaries lets you know their tactics, techniques, and procedures. As a result of threat intelligence, we identify the threat actor, adversaries, and predict their activity. Consequently, we can mitigate their attacks and prepare a response strategy. Digital forensic and incident response. This section is about digital forensics and incident responses, and we will cover digital forensic, incident response, and malware analysis. All three are actually pretty dope. Digital forensics. Forensics is the application of science to investigate crimes and establish facts. With the use and spread of digital systems such as computers and smartphones, a new branch of forensics has born to investigate related crimes. Computer forensics, which is later evolved into digital forensics. Basically, forensics in digital space. In defensive security, the focus of digital forensics shifts to analyzing evidences of an attack and its perpetrators and other areas such as an intellectual property theft, cyber espionage, and possession of unauthorized content. I don't want to use the word, maybe I should not, but it's basically explicit content of someone, right? When you break up and in revenge you want to leak those type of things you need to be aware of. Consequently, digital forensic will focus on different areas such as file systems, analyzing a digital forensic image, low-level copy of a system storage levels such as information, files. This is actually a big one because you are going deep inside to see what files were overwritten, deleted at very low level. So let's say even in recycle bin, I don't know if you guys know this, but even if I delete something from my recycle bin, the data is actually there, just nobody is pointing. How the system works is, let's say if this is my whole storage, right? And it's divided into, let's say, 6 parts. Let me say 1, 2, 3, and this is the reality. You can check on your own system. And I deleted part 1. I put everything in part 1, right? And deleted it recycle bin. Reality is it does not get removed. In fact, what happens is when I create, let's say, a file, the 1.txt, 2.txt, everybody is pointing to their own storage, right? All they are pointing. What happens is when you delete something, this pointer gets deleted. This pointer is not there. But what you can do with certain softwares, that's where this comes. You are able to find these pointers, these files which nobody is pointing to, and gather this back. That's why, let's say, this just for the information, let's say if you become millionaires or if you are doing tax evasion, what happens is instead of what people do is instead of just deleting a file on their computer about, let's say, some records of what they the tax invasion did it, you burn your storage. You legit break it, you put chemical on it and burn that hard drive. That's what people do. And that's what hackers do on various things. System memory. If the attacker runs their malicious program in a memory without saving it to the disk, taking a forensic image of the system memory is the best way to analyze its content and learn about the attack. So basically, if a hacker was able to hack, right, you take a copy of it and see what's going on. System logs. Each client basically logs of whatever you do, right? Let's say if I am doing something on this computer, that's noted in the system logs, and somebody else came. Example, let's say I created a file, or let's say I created grades, right? I'm in university, I'm a professor, I created grades for students. Student number 1 got A, B got C, D failed. 2 got C, number third, let's say, got D. And now this guy comes and say, okay, I can't afford to fail. He comes and makes it a. Everything like this is getting recorded in the system logs in one of the low level files. And if let's say I'm like, hey, somebody else changed it, you can see the history of those things. And that's what it is about. Log files provide plenty of information about what happened on a system. Every single thing, edit, whatever happened, and that's what you see even in your OneDrive or Google Docs. When you do, you can look at the history, who edited what. Network logs, this is again where, as I was saying, when I got hacked, I was able to see what the traffic was going, so much was traffic was going, even if I didn't do anything. That's it. Incidents response. An incident usually refers to a data breach or a cyber attack. However, in some cases, if it can be something less critical, such as misconfiguration and intrusion attempts or policy violation. Example of a cyber attack include an attacker making your network or system inaccessible. Let's say Facebook is not accessible. Defading the public website. What happened to a lot of companies who were governments who were supporting terrorism? Defaded. Data breach, stealing companies' data. Happened to Facebook, Apple, recently. Who wasn't? I forgot the name. Recently something also happened. T-Mobile 2 years ago. How would you respond to a cyber attack? Incident response specifies a methodology that should be followed to handle a case. There is government agency called NSIT. The government funded NIST cyber incidents response framework. Look at this. This is by NIST. They do an amazing job in there because it's all government funded. These guys are actually know what they're doing. They have a whole framework on what are the steps one should take after, let's say, incidents in a company, something has happened. Okay, didn't get any message, so we should be good. The aim is to reduce the damage, recover in the shortest time possible. Ideally, you would develop a plan that is ready for incident response. Have a framework. 4 major phases of incident response: preparation before the attack happens, when the attack is happening, detect and analyze what's happening, contaminate if one of the servers has gone rogue, right, and try to eradicate, remove that malicious program and recover it. Then after that, take an image of whatever was recovered, create a report and see how to prevent such things from happening. Malware analysis. Malware analysis stands for malicious. Malware stands for malicious software, basically your virus. Software refers to programs, documents, and files you can save on a disk or send over the network. Malware includes many types: a virus, Trojan horse. Trojan horse is a beautiful story. Look the history, right? Ransomware. Virus, basically this one is a computer program that can delete, overwrite, or do anything to the files. Trojan horse is hidden. Let's say you want to download GTA 6, latest one. You will get the GTA 6 probably, but also there will be a hidden virus or a bad system, malware in it. Ransomware, WannaCry, where a lot of people just encrypt your whole system and ask you in Bitcoin or cryptocurrency to give you that money. So that's ransomware. Malware analysis aims to learn about such malicious programs using various means. Static analysis is basically, let's say you are going through the code of the files of the virus by going through the assembly language, right, and seeing by using a software called ID4. Malware analysis. It was after the IDA Pro. It was named after a security a tech person. IDA Pro. Where is IDA Pro? Here. Probably this is the one. Powerful disassembler and decompile. Yeah. IDA Pro is after one of the big ladies in tech. Very old. Dynamic analysis. In this case, you run a malware in a sandbox environment and see what their changes they are doing, what calls they are making to understand what they did or they are going to do when the hack happens. Right. So you will with this you will be able to tell what happened and what all preventions. Dynamic is a big one because this is a way harder one to do, and if you do a better job at it, it's easy to get a job in malware analysis. Because not everybody likes touching assembly code, honest with you. What would you call a team of cybersecurity professional that monitors the network and its systems for malicious events? I would love to hear some answers, lads. So, a team of cybersecurity professional that monitors the network and its system. This is the first one. Second, DFIR. Right? What kind of malware requires the user to pay money to gain access? This is the crypto one I was talking about. So, I would love to hear some answers. I'll drink some water by the time. Don't be shy, my boy. Sorry, I started singing a song, but don't be shy. Just say, yeah, Krish, you're right. I had a boy. SOC, Security Operations Center. Perfect. What about the next one? Yeah. My boy, that's my boy. Ransomware, the last one. Yeah. Perfect. I had a boy. That's my man. Yeah. Good job, Travis. Let's see what's the middle one. DFIR. Remember, first one, digital forensic and incident report. Perfect, bro. Digital forensic incidents 6 and incidents response. Perfect. Awesome. Love it. Thank you, lads. Thank you so much. And last but not the least, the scenarios. And I will show you, I'll send a video for interesting one at the end. The scenario. Let us pretend you are a security operations center analyst responsible for protecting a bank. This bank SOC, basic security operations centers, uses security information and event management SIS tool. What this tool is, let's say if I live in Canada, right? I live in Canada and I use my phone to access Gmail, right? All of you have witnessed this. Gmail. Now, let's say I travel to India. This is in Canada. Blue because it's cold here. India because it's hot. Now I am trying to access from a computer my same email, password and everything is same. But they are like, hey, this guy never logged in from India on this Gmail account. Is he hacked? Right? And how they know it? The SIEM system. The SIEM, security information and event management. Event of logging in. That tool helps them flag this. And then they ask me, okay, do you have your phone with you? Can you give us the information? So that's what happens in the background. This gathers security related information events from various sources and presents them in one dashboard. If the SIEM finds something suspicious like the one I did, alert will be generated, right? And I will get it on my email or something. Not all alerts are malicious. However, it is up to the analyst to use their expertise in cybersecurity to investigate which ones are harmful. So let's say if I was hacked and somebody kept on trying to access my email, that will be flagged. But let's say if I did it once, I was able to get my password correct, got my authentication, all the things were in place, they will let me go. For example, you may encounter an alert when a user has failed multiple login attempts. While suspicious, what kind of things happen, especially if the user have forgotten their password and continues to try to log in, right? So do you know about was one second. Wahoo's? What's that? XDR, open source theme system. Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a good example, right? Where what's happening in the system, total events that has happened. This is a good one. Thanks, bro. So many people use it, right? Like all the authentication that have failed, success, issues, and all those stuff. This is an amazing one. Yeah. Thank you. I'll send everybody this link. Thanks, Krish. And another one to check, the one I have heard a lot is ELK, Elastic Stack. This is also used for threat intelligence a lot. And if you master this, they have like a lot of good information. And if you learn this one, you have a good amount of prospects for getting a job in cybersecurity or data analysis. Oh, nice. That's good. You got good classmates if you guys are talking things like this. That's good. I'm very happy. Additionally, there will be errors related to connection from unknown IP addresses, right? The one I was saying, India versus Canada. IP addresses, if you don't know, is let's say your internet address. Your home will have a own internet address compared to my home in India. We have different ones, right? An internet address is likely a home address for your computer on the internet. It tells other computers where to find the information you request, right? I asked Facebook, I want to get the Facebook page information. I send a request to Facebook for server. It has to come back to me, right? And this IP address is the way they find the way back to my computer. When these addresses are unknown, it could mean that someone new is trying to connect or someone is attempting unauthorized access. So if from an unknown IP address I'm doing it, the one that I don't use usually. Simulating a SIEM system. We have prepared a simplified interactive simulation of a SIEM system to provide you with hands-on experience similar to what cybersecurity analysts encounter. To start the simulation, click on this view website. So I'll make it a bit small. So you guys see here, operating security suspicious, blah, 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 countries, right? And all this date. I'll actually hide myself. Might be a better option. Here. So all the date, message, and all the information. Now let's see what they want us to do. Can I make it like this? Okay, cool. The action will open a static website. Basically, this is a website they open. Follow step-by-step instruction provided within the simulation to navigate through the events and locate the flag. This is a proper capture the flag. This is how it will go. And this happened in last year, 2024 Advent of Cyber. Similar thing. A flag is a series of characters that are with a format TryHackMe, THM, and some random words. Use this flag to answer the question for the room here in TryHackMe, like the one below. What's next? In this room, basically, remember, we are going to do some real life SOC system. In this room, we discuss the different subfields, SOC, threat intelligence, malware analysis, and DFIR, and experienced firsthand how to deal with alerts in a simulated SIEM environment. While we have covered a lot, the depth and complexity of this field means there is more to learn and explore. Indeed, the lessons learned from here serves as a foundation for your cybersecurity and threats as the cyber threats evolve, demanding continuous learning and vigilance. Continue learning by clicking on the next room and yada yada yada. So we have to find this flag. So let's read through and give me the answers as we go, right? Inspect the alerts in your SIEM dashboard. Find the malicious IP address from the alerts. Make a note of it and then click on the alert to proceed. So we have to find what is which one. Find the malicious IP address from the alerts, right? So I need to find the IP address that's malicious. So I feel like this one, if you see, successful SSH authentication attempt, it was successful. Unauthorized connection attempt detected from IP address this. Unauthorized. This person should not be able to have this access. So we click on this one. Oh, I have to go back. 143.110.250.149 port 22. So this person, if you see the time, right, it's at 7:20 p.m. or 7:20 a.m. at 6 seconds, and 7:22 this person was able to find the password and get the access. So this IP is suspicious. We copy that. There are websites on the internet that allow you to check the reputation of an IP address to see whether it's malicious or suspicious. Why this is important is like, let's say you go in your neighborhood, you know certain neighborhoods or certain streets that don't have the best reputation, right? For whatever reasons, because of the crime basically. So same idea with these IP addresses, because these are also addresses on the internet, right? So I want to see the IP address. One second, I will copy it properly. Why I'm copying this one is the same. So let's check. There are many open source databases like Abuse IPDB and Cisco Talco's Intelligence. They also have a podcast, a good one, where you can perform reputation and location check for IP addresses, where it is coming from. Most security analysts use these tools to aid them with alert investigations. You can also make the internet safe by reporting malicious IPs. For example, Abuse IP on these databases. Now that we know the IP address is malicious, we need to escalate it to the staff member. So I'll give you guys the name of these so you guys can check on your own time. Here. So this IP was found in their database, so it is a malicious IP. If it is not found, good. Confidence of the IP address is 100% suspicious. China Mobile Communication Corporation, China Mobile Limited, China, it's in China basically. They're going all against China. We shouldn't worry too much if it was a failed authentication attempt, but you probably noticed the successful authentication attempt from the malicious IP address. Let's declare a small incident event and escalate it. So let's say you are at level 1, you want like a even smarter person or somebody with more experience to take care of this event, right? So that's what escalating it to means, taking it from level 1 threat to level 2. There is some great staff working at the company, but you wouldn't want to escalate this to a wrong person who is in charge for a team or who is not in charge of your team or department. You don't want to give it to like a salesperson. They don't know about SOC, right? So this guy is not us. Security consultant. This person is security consultant, but it's not exactly in my team. Information security architect. This is also a smart person, but again, not in the same team. SOC team lead. This is the one, because we are doing SOC, we want to give it to our higher person. So we'll go for Will here. Choose the staff, right? If it was correct. If we did, let's say wrong staff member selected, right? So Will was correct. You got the permission to block the malicious IP address, and now you can proceed and implement the block rule. We escalated it. Our manager said, yeah, this is a legit case. Block this person. Block the malicious IP address on the firewall and find out the message they left you. So let's say I blocked this once, and let's see. Now, wrong one. Let me go back. Copy this IP address again. Are you able to understand what I just did, right? Hopefully. Now I will block this IP address. Invalid IP address entered. What? Oh, there is space in the end. So now I got you blocked the IP address. The flag is THM thread blocked. So that was our flag, and that ends our second one. I don't know why this one is taking time, but if you just refresh, the last task, third, should be complete, and we completed our whole room. And I have a meeting, everybody. Sorry, been super busy, but tomorrow we will cover careers in cybersecurity. Hopefully you learned. This was level 1. Hopefully you learned, and I will recommend go through this one, careers in cybersecurity. Just check what you feel like you want to become, right? Because without visualization, it's hard to become someone. Just visualize very well what you want to be, right? Manifest on that. So we'll cover careers in cyber, and then we'll also cover networking. What is networking? An introduction to LAN minimum. But we'll also we can go with OSI and stuff as things go. So hopefully you learned something. I'm so sorry I have to go early. Just work calls. I can't do anything. I have some urgent work. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. There is the Discord. I'll drop again. Discord. Oh. So this is my Discord. Do let me know if you have any feedback, if I can be of any help. But till then, thank you so much for joining. It was an amazing session. Thank you, Krish. Thank you, Travis. Yeah, thank you so much, man. You have a great night too, or a great day. And I will see you. My health is not the best. I'll see you tomorrow for sure in a better health and better shape, and we'll cover more. Till then, thank you so much. Have a great one. And like usual, I say, like, share, subscribe. Bye. Have a good one, lads.